Okay, so this is the tutorial on how to make this Charlie and Lola custom book. So I made a Jewish one. The impetus here was that my 9-year-old wanted a bedtime story. I wanted to read him a Jewish bedtime story, and he said he wanted another Charlie and Lola. He's got the set, and so I made this with ChatGPT. So one day Charlie said, "I have this little sister Lola," and so it really matches the style. It's not exactly the artistic style, but it does a good enough job. Um, you should have a link to it. And they go through, they learn about Pesach, they do cleaning. She invents this not for Pesach land, little island. They find a raisin. Um, you'll notice a lot of the nuances. There's a lot of missing quotation marks. I put a lot of, there's this weird letter double. I have a lot of flexibility here. I tried to just let the, focus on delivery. No chametz here, kosher for Pesach. Um, and It's not chametz, flat and crunchy. They get the chocolate matzah, um, you know, Jewish camel. I like this. It looks like Mount Sinai, and it's the Ten Commandments, chametz free Pesach. Um, and then at the Seder table next year in Jerusalem, the end, and then her little Jewish bunny rabbit. So let's go through the process of how you make this. Okay. So it started out, write a Charlie and Lola story. This is ChatGPT 4.0 about cleaning for Passover. So it does a little here. It says, and it starts doing the story. One day, Charlie said, "I have this little sister Lola. She's small and very funny." This is how all the books start, if you're not familiar. She absolutely does not like cleaning for Pesach. Um, Charlie, it's almost Pesach. Time to clean up all the chametz. Okay. I do not eat chametz. I only eat pink milk. Okay. Mom gave us sponges. Big explorer hats. Lola ran to her room and came back wearing her safari hat and fluffy slippers. I ended up cutting this out because it just didn't work well in how the AI generated. I could have forced it, but I didn't. I'm ready. We started in the living room, under the couch, a raisin. Kosher for Pesach, no chametz here signs, no crumbs allowed. So I made a sign that said official chametz free zone. So I cut that out. Some of it's just about simplifying it and just kind of going with the flow. By bedtime, the house was sparkling. This is probably my best Pesach. Curled up in her bed with her toy rabbit, Soren Lawrenson. Charlie said sleepily, if the Israelites had to clean for Pesach in the desert, they probably not as fine toast on the camel. Probably not. Okay, for each part I paste here, draw an illustration for it. Now, I should have told it the illustration style, so it asked about that later, and the aspect ratio, which I didn't say and ended up biting me in the butt. I should have created a memory in ChatGPT for the 4-3 square. Draw it in the style of classic Charlie and Lola. All right, so I first do the first text. One day, Charlie said, "I have this little sister Lola." Bam, one shot. Great, very happy. Mom called the kitchen. It's almost time for Pesach. Also great. We're good. Okay, I do not eat chametz, only pink milk. Also great. All right. No, she doesn't have a keep on. I figure I can put that easily on in post. Chametz is any food with flour that rises, like bread, cereal, etc. Also good. We're good. Cookies, but I love cookies. Now I notice it's getting a little repetitive and boring. It's still just at the table here. So now they've already got the hats, even though the hats are only referenced later. It's a little out of order, but I just leave it, and so I cut out the part where she goes into her room to get the hat. Then you notice here it's already forgotten the aspect ratio, so I have to remind it of make the aspect ratio match it. It didn't understand what that was. I said redo it, make the aspect ratio 4:3. So now it got it right. Okay. Big explorer hats, and they have to find every crumb. But it's the wrong text, so it screwed up on the text. So I had to just tell it to do the image again, and it did it correctly now. Oh no, sorry. Here's where it screwed up. So it redid the last image, it used the new text. So now, I have to start telling it it's ran out of ideas. So redo the last image, keep the aspect ratio 4:3. Have Lola imagine an island made out of bread and pasta and cookies. I will find the sneaky chametz and send it far away to the land of not for Pesach. Great. We start in the living room, look under the couch, a raisin. Now I notice it starts putting text at the bottom. I'm like, oh no, we lost the aspect ratio. I tell it to fix the aspect ratio. It's like, I don't know what you're talking about. So I'm like, you know what? We'll fix this in post. I try again. Doesn't work. I'm like, all right, I give up. We'll just add bars and we'll make it stylistic. I said, good spotting, it must be chametz. Into the bag it goes. Now, this is almost the same image. It just changes here. And I'm like, okay, I'll do a zoom in here to make it more interesting. So you'll see that later in the book. Then she found a bit of toast in her toy kitchen. I saw it said it messed up on the texture. I was like, you know what? We're just going to go with it. And we checked the cupboards. Lola made labels for the shells, kosher for Pesach. So this was a little bit difficult because it didn't put any of the text in. And I was like, okay, give me the text. And so now she made the text. I think I did redo this a couple times. Like, it didn't. Rosh for Pesach, no chametz here. So I didn't like matar, So, I did it again, and went with a different angle. Then by bedtime, the house was sparkling. There's the mom, but now it cuts off the text. I'm like, oh, it can only do 2 lines of text. So I'm like, okay, don't cut off the text. It's like, I don't know, that's beyond my pay grade. So then I'm like, make the font smaller. I'm like, ugh, that looks awful, too small. So I try it again, and I just give it a prompt, ensure that all text is visible without getting cut off as per the attached example. Oh, and I give it an example. I show it a screenshot of it cutting off the text. I don't know why it's not displayed here. But then it did it correctly, but it's not, again, now we lost the aspect ratio. It's not chametz, I told Lola. So I've got this. I'm like, we'll just go with it. I give it the next prompt. It does the same image. I'm like, no, don't want that. So I have to give it more instructions. Redo the last image, but have the kids looking close up at the chocolate matzah. Ooh, so now they're looking at it. It's a zoom in. Lola took a bite and said, this is probably my favorite Pesach thing. It's also great. That night, Lola curled up in bed with her toy rabbit. Rabbit should be dressed as a rabbi. So, wrong aspect ratio. Redo the image. So now I've got the good image. Charlie, she said, sleepily, if the Israelites had to clean for Pesach in the desert, they'd probably not have to find toast on the camel. So I don't like this. It's like a weird Seder type of thing. So I say, like, Lola dreams she is an ancient Jew traveling through the desert with a camel. So fine, take it. I'll take it. It's kind of like Luke Skywalker here. Then Charlie, she said, sleepily if there's a clean for Pesach. So now we got it. Oh, we didn't have the text. So now that it's got the image, I'm going to give it the text again. So now it has the image. And then I say, like, okay, probably not, but if they did, I bet you find it. So now I just thought of, I was like, oh, what if we did Mount Sinai out of chametz? So Lola's in the desert with a mountain of toast and the 10 Commandments, stone tablets above them. So I tried it a couple times, wrong aspect ratio. It totally was like, it went off on its own tangent here. And then make the image in the style of Charlie Lola. This is a little bit closer, not so great. Just try again. But I bet you'd find it. It didn't have any text. Try again. No, a little, I don't know what's going on here. Okay. The end, very chametz-free Pesach. And now it's like, okay, and it just kind of got it on this shot. I don't know about the floating tablets, but I'll take it. And also this VIK, whatever, I'll take it. And then I asked it to generate them at the Seder table. Didn't work. I asked him to do it again. I don't like the women wearing the kippas and stuff. So make a cover. So now I'm like, okay, we'll give it a pause. Now I make a cover image. Charlie and Lola clean for Pesach. Let's do it in a different aspect ratio. Okay. Now make the family at the Seder table. Have a Seder plate, cup of Elijah, men wearing kippas, mom covering her hair and a scarf, and Lola wearing a hat that says matzah. I figured telling it to wear a hat for her, everybody to wear a hat, gives less opportunity for like randomness. Okay. And then I wanted to know what some of the fonts names were. I couldn't find these fonts um, in what's it called, in Canva. So I just went with it. Now I open up Canva. I put it all together. I put a little image of an oval with a border style around it for his kippah. And so I add a cover page. Now, because the aspect ratios aren't that great, so I just use it to be artistic. So I have the different styles. So now, um, I add these borders on the top and the bottom that kind of give it a little bit of a feel, and I pick it for each of the colors. So she mentions pink, so I make it pink. They're talking about the cookies and stuff. I make it cookies. They're going to clean whatever. I change it so it's because conceptually it's changing. So I'm framing it different to kind of set it that it's a different color. Um, and then we go through it all like this. Um, it ends up being 23 pages. I export it, and then I take it into a compressor and I compress it, and that's the whole process.